Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This is entitled Daf Yomi Chagiga, Yud Gimel Amud Aleph. Gemara has a beautiful line, but Mufla Mimcha Al Tidrosh. Something which is too deep for you should not learn. The Ramban, in his introduction to Sefer Braishit, quotes this line, and he writes that it's very, very important to understand the exact meaning and implications of this line. And the fact is, when one is learning, he has to pursue it in a proper, rational manner, step by step. He learns those areas that he's capable of learning, and those areas which he is not capable of learning, he waits till a later time. Maybe one day he'll reach the level to learn it, maybe not. It does not make a difference. He cannot learn an area which is beyond his level. And the Ramban applies this to his own commentary on the Chumash. What does he say? He writes that in my commentary there will be several categories. One will be a drasha on the psukim, analysis of the stories and Braishit, other stories throughout the Torah, analysis of the mitzvot from a halachic standpoint, maybe a little philosophy behind the mitzvot, and that everyone should read. He says, but then there's going to be some very, very deep areas, and those areas you stay away from. And once the Ramban writes, a secret, he says, stay away, just skip it. And who should be learning it? A person who's a gadol or has a mesorah in these areas, and how to learn and how to understand these areas. And if you don't have a mesorah in the area and you're not a gadol, then forget it. Just skip over it. The Ramban wanted to include it for those few people that can understand it, but for the average person, he said, learn the Perush and enjoy the Perush, except for those parts. And the Ramban warns quite harshly. He says, if you don't follow this approach and you learn areas that you're not ready to learn, it's not simply that, wow, you wasted an hour you spent learning. You could have learned the Mishna, you could have learned the other parts of the Perush, and there's Bittul Torah. Much worse than that. The Ramban writes, you're going to end up killing yourself spiritually. You're going to end up with horrible ideas, possibly heretical ideas, wrong ideas about God, chas v'shalom. And it's not just you didn't learn properly. It would have been better if you were sleeping during that time. It's not just Bittul Torah. It's destruction of Torah. You're going to have wrong ideas about God, wrong ideas about creation. It's unlimited how destructive it could be. So this is the Ramban. What's fascinating is the Ramban, of course, from the Rishonim era, is one of the great Mekubalim, Kabbalists, and he himself is writing and warning to stay away and only learn those areas that one can learn and understand, and so to speak, sink his teeth into. A good Gemara, a Medrash, you can analyze the Medrash, a Halacha, a Shulchan Aruch, a Mishna, whatever it may be. There's so many areas that we can understand. Those areas we should be learning, the Ramban says. And those areas that are above us, the Ramban gave us a clue. It says the word sod, just stay away. So that's it. We must humbly put that aside. That is the Ramban on the Torah, and he uses our Gemara, Mufla Mimcha Al Tidrosh, as one of his sources to back up such an approach. Shalom.